It's a French onion mashed potato bake, and it is out of this world, and it's so, so easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting the topping on the casserole that we have in the oven, and then I'll show you how we got to this point. So after this bakes and gets all nice and warm, and I'm baking it covered with foil, love, love, love these French fried onions. And you can do much more with them, just put them on that traditional green bean casserole at Thanksgiving. They're actually great on top of meatloaf. They're great on top of lots of casseroles, and they work really well. I know they're a little naughty, but they're fantastic over this French onion mashed potato bake. So we're going to put those on and just continue toasting this up a little bit, and then I'm going to show you what goes in this wonderful side dish. Just kind of sprinkle them about. I'm going to turn up the oven just a little bit. Okay. This is the easiest, breeziest side dish. What I like about it, too, it's a make-ahead. So if you are having grilling steaks or brats or burgers, pardon me? Oh, Ann says, get those onions away from me. I know, those onions are kind of naughty. So this is a perfect make-ahead. You can actually park this casserole in your fridge for 2 to 3 days before company's coming over, make it get out of the way, and then throw it in the oven to bake it. So it starts out with about 3 pounds of potatoes that I've peeled and boiled until they get really, really tender. And that's one of the keys to really good mashed potatoes. Ireland is all over mashed potatoes. She's like, Mom, I love me some potatoes. So anytime I say we're doing potatoes, she's like, can we have mashed potatoes? So I've tried to figure out a lot of different ways to do mashed potatoes so that they, aren't the same old, same old. So you want to make sure they're really nice and tender, and they almost are breaking apart on you. That's one of the keys. So I'm going to drain them. So they take a good 30 minutes, and if you cut them into smaller dice, they're going to cook more quickly. So I'm going to drain these babies, drain them pretty well, light my pot a little bit, and then I'm going to mash them right in this pot. This is an idea I got at a family reunion years ago. Somebody made a potato dish like this, and I said, you just got to tell me what's in it. I mean, it's just out of this world. And when she did, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing ever. So we're putting the potatoes back into the warm pan, and that's going to dry them out and make sure we got all the liquid from the water out of there. So we're going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And the secret ingredient, and what makes these so wonderful, is 1 container of French onion chip dip, believe it or not. So that's it, potatoes, salt and pepper, French onion chip dip, and then you put those French fried onions over the top. Couldn't get easier than that. So when I do mashed potatoes, I like to start by mashing them by hand, and then you just kind of see if you need to bring the mixer out. The dangerous thing with the mixer is that the potatoes can get a little gluey. So if I do use the mixer, I don't like to use it for very long. Nobody likes gluey mashed potatoes, or at least I don't. But this dip mix has so much great flavor that it has everything in there. Ann said, do I ever use chicken stock when I'm making mashed potatoes? Actually, I do. I heat up chicken stock and milk and a little bit of butter, and that's what I make my mashed potatoes with. So chicken stock really works great for if you don't want real gluey potatoes. Okay, so in goes 1 container of your favorite French onion dip mix. I know, Ann's like, I just want a potato chip to dip in here. I know, Ann. But that's the problem with potato chips. You can't stop with just one. And I don't mind if this is a little bit lumpy, these potatoes. For me, that means it's homemade. Some people like really, really smooth potatoes with no lumps. I'm fine with the lumps. I like lumps. So I don't think I'm going to need the mixer at all, which Ann's real happy about, because then she doesn't have to wash the beaters. All right, so that's it. Lots of great flavor, and the secret ingredient was just a container of the onion dip mix. Then into the casserole dish this goes. Make sure and spray that baby. with cooking spray so you don't have to be scrubbing that casserole dish. This is going to make a nice big batch. And again, this is a total make ahead, so if you are having a cookout, let's say for Labor Day, you're having people over for steaks, you can get this casserole done and out of the way, parked in your fridge, and then just heat it up right before those steaks are coming off the grill. Always remember, if you are refrigerating the casserole before baking it, it's going to take a little longer, that bake time is, than if you were to bake this right away. So keep that in mind. You don't want to be having the steaks all done and you're all waiting on those potatoes. All right, so this gets covered with foil and either refrigerated until ready to bake, or if you're baking it right away, you cover it with foil and just bake till it's warm. Then uncover, throw on those onions, French fried onions at the end, and just bake till those are toasted. By the way, book club is back big time. Thanks to everybody who came to our book club earlier this summer in July. It was great. The word is out. This is a fun, fun time. Ladies and guys are more than welcome to come. If you like to read, please come join us. We're headed to the Bottle Room Thursday, September 11th at 5:30. They provide some great snacks and munchies, and we purchase some beverages, and we just hang out and talk about the book and all sorts of stuff. So the latest book we're reading is called Orphan Train. It's historical fiction, a fantastic book, getting really great reviews. So get it at the library, at the bookstore, or get it on your Kindle or Nook. And then call, the big thing is call right away to reserve your spot. The number to call is 661-9463. That screen is a little bit farther away. Oh, I know. Here's the potato bake. I want to show it to you at the oven. This is fantastic with steaks off the grill, meatloaf, chicken, whatever you're making. Talk about a winner of a side dish that is so easy. This is it. And we'll put the recipe, by the way, on the website.